Gamson's thumb, Panappa's knee, Lewis's foot, Nichols' ankle. So Richard Price has come on loan from Hull. Tim Wilby comes in. Dennis Mayer has recovered from shoulder trouble, and Anthony Farrell, who's had his arm in a sling all week because of a bad head injury, has been past fit to play. For Castleford, second row Aussie Jeff Hardy faces his old club in a line unchanged, except for the return of captain John Joyner at loose forwards in place of Neil Roebuck, who dropped the sub. And Sheffield will know all about Ian St John Ellis by the end of the It's the Championship first with David Watkins and John Hell.
Thanks, Nick. A grey, drizzly day here in Sheffield, but performances between these two sides over the years have been far from drab. They're usually high-scoring affairs. David, alongside me, Castleford, on the strength of 8 wins in a row, come here absolutely brimful of confidence.
Well, yes, they will be. Their game is always aimed at being expansive, and they do really revel in an awful game. And I'm hoping that the conditions won't deteriorate, that'll stop them doing that this afternoon.
Sheffield in the red strip then, and here comes Tim Wilby, prop forward these days. He has, of course, played with distinction in the centre. Here's Hughie Waddell, the other prop. I don't think he could ever play anywhere else but there.
But he hasn't played as well as probably he did when he went on the tour, but he is a player of immense skills. And
it was an awful kick from Darryl Powell. It put the ball straight into the hands of Stedman. It sluiced away from the side of Powell's boot, and he didn't really seem to know what he had to do with the ball. So here is Gary French, the scrum half. Lee Crooks, noticeable just before the kick-off, the Castleford players were in a little huddle, and it was Crooks who was doing all the talking. He's an inspirational sort of player. The game does need good talkers as well as good players. Stedman, he knows what he's doing with that kick, and Hardy has taken it, and Jeff Hardy, former Sheffield man, of course. He had an outstanding season for them last time, was close there. Held up on the last tackle now. Can Castleford get the score they're looking for? He's made a dummy run with his little chip through. It might just be too long. It is. But some enterprise from Castleford, very shaped up indeed by Sheffield, and characteristic by Darryl Powell.
it certainly was, and I would have thought their game plan didn't go accordingly then, because they were going to move the ball and kick up the right-hand touchline. They suddenly moved it because I noticed forwards going forward, and Powell, it was an awful kick which gave away a lot of ground and a lot of an opportunity to Castleford.
Referee today from York is David Asquith. Aston with the touch finder. It's the first time Sheffield have been inside Castleford territory. Big cut to David Nelson. Good runner, as we've seen on scrum down this season. A bit unorthodox, a bit like Phil Ford in that respect. Aston, good ball for Broadbent, but lost in the tackle, and French only too happy to feed on that scrap. Down on that bench, Peter Tunks leading forward among the substitutes for Sheffield Eagles today, along with Andy Young. Certainly the opening minutes have belonged to Castleford. They've looked much more dangerous, and Stedman takes them to within 15 yards. The support here this time. Sheffield's line holds good, again for 5 tackles. French's turn to try one in. They really are testing Sheffield's defence with these kicks. And he's in, he's there. No, the referee, Mr. Asquith, says that Grant Anderson did not score the try. Interesting to look at that again.
Well, let's just have a look at it. It's a superb kick by Gary French because it's up near the post. It means that it gave everybody the opportunity to be just there. But look at that. I saw very little wrong with that.
That's a better kick from Powell. Not much more direction about it. It's quite good enough to go out. Reasonable, it is. Excellent work from Darryl Powell. And for the first time in the game, Sheffield are inside Castleford's.
Well, that's should now ease their sort of nerves, because they have been living dangerously, and as I say, Castleford are running with a spring in their step and really battering away at the line, so that really was relief for them, an opportunity now to get into the Castleford.
French handing it out to Stedman. Cheerleaders in the background on a damp and dismal day, trying to brighten it up. Sampson again, and he'll offload this time, and Joyner Beardmore was in good position, and here goes Grant Anderson. They might not stop him this time. It's going to require a brilliant tackle. Well, the tackle was good, but Ellis crawls to the line, and does the referee award the try? No, he doesn't. Double movement. So twice Castleford had been denied. First Anderson had made it, then Ellis, but each time referee Asquith said it's no score.
Well, this is superb play, because that's an ideal push-off and deliverance of the ball. Beardmore up in support, looking for the open field, but he does the wise thing. He wasn't the fastest. Give it to Grant Anderson. No, he wasn't quite going to get away. He knew that as well. But watch for the support of St. John Ellis. Just on the shoulder, he takes the pass. He slips because he's half hit, and the referee says it was a double movement.
Zigzagging his way through. Beardmore helped to put him off his stroke.
Since Darryl Powell has played for Great Britain, his confidence seems to have soared completely. He really does take command of games now as well.
Lovely ball slipped by Aston there to Andy Bateman. Here is Powell once more, kicking beyond planch, but I think that will go dead. So play will restart on Castleford's 20. This is where Castle look dangerous actually when they start from deep in their own half, because they've got the speed to make the yardage.
Yes, they have the big forwards. They use everybody properly. As I said, they do play an expansive game. They've got up too quickly, Sheffield have in this instance, and they are caught offside, but they do play an expansive game, and they really do have key people, half-backs and a good loose forward, and that really counts for a lot in today's modern game.
What an attractive footballer Graham Stedman is. He'll feature prominently for Castleford today. It's strange how the clubs get a reputation for a style of play. Castleford always have that reputation for being very stylish. French. Oh, is he going to make it all the way himself? They can't stop him this time, and that is a try. Nobody can say that's not one, and Gary French is in his 6th try this season, and Castleford have deserved that.
Well, after the play so far, I suppose it was inevitable, but this is a superb shuffle here of the hips. He really does get outside players, and Mumby has no hope of stopping him.
So Gary French, former Brisbane Bronco, has Castleford on the scoreboard. Stedman kicked 10 last week, that massive annihilation of Rochdale Hornets. But he's not kicked one as yet today. Oh, flapper. But it's 4-0 to Castleford.
This try is a result of purposeful running. He sells the dummy to the right-hand side and goes for the line. Positive. That's the way to score them.
England drives in again. This time Stedman will kick, and he'll angle that kick as well, meaning that Mumby's got to chase back for it. To be sure, former Great Britain fullback. Didn't make much ground, but at least he was safe. Will be Darryl Powell, just out of your picture, is receiving a bit of treatment at the moment. Oh, Aston, that was cleverly done, beautifully done in fact by Mark Aston. He's got support as well, but he's still going. Gets it away now for David Nelson. All because of a very clever little shimmy from Mark Aston. So they come left with Paul Broadbent. They come right with Mick Cook. No way through at the moment. And on the last tackle, here is Aston. Chipping it up in the air. If he regathers, he might score. Oh, it's gone into Castleford's hands, and a penalty awarded because he was offside at the point of taking it.
Well, they're looking for some inspiration. Mark Aston dummies to kick, catches the defence completely. Now, because of his strong straight running, he pushes off John Joyner. He dummies to pass here, but now releases the ball. But one should ask the question, perhaps he should have kicked, giving the wingman the opportunity to have had the chase for the ball.
So Stedman boot to ball, straight downfield to Mumby. Nelson brings it in, he's held. Carroll managing to part with it. There's not much support. As Price tries to get down the middle and does so really well. The crowd will have warmed to that from the trialist. Well, not a trialist, but he's on loan from home. Experienced player though, Richard Price. Now Aston, and Wilby. Seems a knock on, although Aston said the ball went behind. Let's just hear from Nick on the touchline.
Darryl Powell, in fact, at the moment is playing with a calf injury. Sheffield were all ready to bring him off, and they had Andy Young stripped to come on as a substitute. But they're now hoping that Darryl Powell can just run that calf injury off. Of course, he's so important to their team. They don't want to lose him from their ranks if they possibly can.
And you see all the modern equipment that's in use these days. Mick Morgan, the assistant coach at Castleford, wearing the headphones there, is in constant touch with Darryl van der Velde, the Castleford coach, who's on the other side of the ground. Aston, so we're actually inside the last 5 minutes of the half. To Nelson. Ellis together. Should he elude Nelson? He's really set off in sprightly fashion here, St John Ellis. Still he's going as well. He really is settling into the fullback berth.
I like him at fullback because he is a player with vision, and he is a good player running in broken play, and when teams come up on him very quickly, he does have the knack of beating the first man and then making a lot of yardage.
Clever ball from Crooks, which Sampson couldn't hold on to. That is a knock-on. Sheffield really needs something before the half-time hoot, and they might get it here. It's going to be a splendid try from David Marco. Well, certainly needed something, and Michael must have done it. Bateman and Mayer, this is good, and Mayer stretches his legs and Ellis comes across to tackle him. Still he flings it inside. Here is Price. That would have been a superb score had he managed to go all the way. I thought Mayer might have made it. He does take some stopping, but they're still here with Mark Aston. Farrell picks it up. 6 more tackles though. It was a shame Mayer didn't score. He's deserved a try for his efforts today. Tunks for Sheffield. There's one here for Mark Aston, I'm sure. Mark Aston's in. Tireless display from the Sheffield scrum half. Capitalised by a very deserved score for him.
Let's look at the action that takes Sheffield all the way up the field. Quick passing, strong, direct running. Mayer on the burst. Outside he goes. The tackle comes across now in the form of St. John Ellis. He pulls him down, but the pass comes inside to Richard Price. Price is picked up by Ray, who's come back to defend. From all this, the ball is moved quickly by Tunks again. Mark Aston takes the pass. Let's just look at it, the way he comes, straight onto the ball. He shimmies, he sidesteps, and he's over the line for a try.
Aston's efforts warranted the try. And his right boot brings him a goal to go with it. And it's now Sheffield 16, Castleford 24. It keeps the match alive. Tunks, Bateman, they're still running well, they really are. This is excellent stuff. Price to Mayer again. Mayer back inside to Price, and Sheffield, you've got to really give them credit. They have a never-say-die attitude in this game. And it's paid off handsomely for them, even though they might get beaten today. They continue to win admirers for their open style of rugby league. Price once more. Tries to cut his way through, gets it away for Aston. Well, Sheffield are going to get another score maybe now. It is indeed from Young, the substitute. And what a grandstand finish by Sheffield Eagles this one is. Well, who knows? Andy Young's second try makes it 20-24. 2 in 2 minutes for them.
Well, this is superb rugby. Tunks again involved, his pass inside her, but really it is a superb running. Price ducks under tackles her, but it's quick movement of the ball. Andy Young gets it here. St. John Ellis is stopped dead. What a superb dummy. Left him for dead. Planch can't stop him. In for another.
And this kick to make it 22-24. Can Aston do it? No, he can't. So the sides are still separated by 4 points.
Well, their ability to keep the ball alive has really made them and kept them in the game. But it is Richard Price again. This lad has come into the game more and more in the second half. He ducks under tackles here. Aston again, as always, in the line. Then it's Andy Young. But this is superb running because that dummy actually stops St. John Ellis in his tracks. Planch can't get there. Andy Young can.
Tunks, he's had a storming return to the side. Now Nelson. Castleford certainly know they've been in the game, as Aston moves it along. They are a game and plucky side of Sheffield Eagles. There'll be general dismay, I think, if they do get relegated to Division 2. They try so hard. Coming in field. Well, it's 2 more points for Castleford in the late bid for the title, but they certainly have been taken all the way here by Sheffield Eagles, who now look as though they could be on their way down to Division 2, but what a performance they gave in the second half. Tries for Sheffield coming from Maiko, those 2 from Andy Young and 1 from Mark Aston, against Castleford's 4 from French, Anderson, Roebuck and Irwin. So the 4 goals from Graham Stedman really made the difference. 24-20 it is to Castleford then, and let's